Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 57 and we're currently over here. What on earth are you guys doing outside of your pen? Whoa! Seriously? Oh, we've got a sheep leak. I don't really know what to do. I don't understand how that's actually happened. I guess these guys must have just fallen out their little area? That's quite surprising though. Have I left a gap in between this section? This wasn't what I was planning on doing at the start of this episode. I was about to start talking about how successful we were at getting all of the sheep into all of their little sections. You know, we did it in the Monday evening live stream, which was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed doing the live stream. And in fact, I should mention that for those of you who don't know, on the second channel now, I am uploading all of the Monday evening live streams. So if you missed the live stream, head over to the second channel and you can find the entire thing. The full hour and a half to 2 hours is all on that channel, and it's brilliant. It really is awesome. I've seen a lot of positive comments on it, and I'm actually having a lot of fun live streaming lately, but it seems that we're not being particularly successful with what we're trying to do, and I can't believe that these guys have left their little pen. Right, well, what I'm going to have to do right at the start of this episode, which I wasn't expecting to have to do, is I'm going to have to navigate these guys into one of their little sheep pens. It shouldn't be too difficult. That being said, I really am awful at navigating with animals, so this could get interesting. Right, well, that was a bit of an unorthodox start to a Hermitcraft episode, but we have done it, okay? We have got all of the sheep into their pens, and that means that we can do just a little bit of breeding here. Let's get these two together. Come on, do your business, because we need to get some baby sheep. That is right. Yeah, just walk over there. Fair enough, okay? They seem to be being pretty lazy. They can't be bothered to walk, what, the 5 blocks to meet up with one another? I certainly would. Whatever, we'll leave you to it. Anyway, I'm going to leave these guys behind. We aren't actually going to be working over in the sheep farm, particularly in today's episode, so I think I'm going to be leaving this one just for today. It's amazing, though. I can't believe that those guys managed to escape. I must have just left a gap in the sheep farm, or they might have just been roaming free. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know. But they are back safe and sound inside the farm now. But anyway, for today's episode, we are actually going to be working on the new area that I have been working on. Don't worry about all this stuff. This is going to be removed. This is just for transporting all of the sheep. But yes, we are going to be working over in this area here, building a few new extra sections, my new bedroom area, and all that sort of thing. It should be fairly interesting because I've got a bunch of really awesome plans for things that I want to do. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to continue this corridor on just a little bit further. We're then going to make it do a little turn, and then we are going to start working on all of these new bits. I seriously miss having Efficiency 5 and Haste 2. I mean, really, this feels just extremely sluggish right now. It feels like this whole section... Look how far I've mined. I've mined, what, like a couple meters into the wall, and already it feels like it's taken ages. So I think an enchanting session is definitely in order later on in the episode. But anyway, going to keep powering on through, and hopefully we can get ourselves a nice looking corridor. Okay, a little bit of progress for all of you. You can see I have added a whole new section into the corridor. So we go way past the enchanting table now. We have got a few extra bits. Then we have this little right-hand turn here. Now, my plans for all of these areas, firstly, is that this is going to be my bedroom. My original idea was that I was going to have the bedroom in this section here. If you imagine another one of these, that would be over there, and then that would go through to the bedroom. If that makes any sense whatsoever. In my opinion, I don't think it does, but I hope that you've caught on there. But instead, what we're going to be having is we're going to have the bedroom in this section, just because I think that will look better, and you'll be able to see that from the end of the corridor, which will be nice. That'll be a nice little detail to have. Now, as far as what I'm going to be doing down here is concerned, that is something for a future episode. We're going to be working on that later on. But to give you a rough idea, it's just going to be silly redstone contraptions, things like walk-in wardrobes and armor stand switches and all that good stuff. Because on Hermitcraft lately, I feel like I've been pretty serious. You know, I've been doing some serious projects. We've been doing sorting systems. Never really ended up finishing that one, but we've been doing farms and all that important stuff. And I think that I should take a bit of a step back from that area of things and build some slightly more silly contraptions. For example, this thing, you know, it drops lapis onto your head and pushes bookshelves out of the floor. Is that necessary in the slightest? Absolutely not. But is it really fun to use? Yes, it is. So those are the sorts of things that I'm going to be working on at some point in the near future. But anyway, got a little bit more mining to do and a little bit of resource gathering to do, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Finally, after plenty of running around, I managed to find a yellow flower. So I've been able to dye the final section of hardened clay And that means that this corridor is now all done and dusted. I'm pretty happy with it. I know it's not looking particularly impressive right now. We have got, what is this, a granite wall up at the end. Yeah, it's not looking particularly fantastic, but at some point we're going to be extending this off into the distance. We're going to be curving it off elsewhere. Who knows what's going to happen, but it should end up looking pretty good once all of it's done. But for now, for this episode, this corridor section is all complete, which means that we can move on to the next section, and that is, of course, my bedroom. Now, I have got a bunch of really awesome ideas for this room. Right now, I'm really in the mood for doing some silly redstone contraptions, so I think the theme for my bedroom is probably going to end up being toggleable redstone lighting. Now, here's my idea, okay? Hear me out on this one. Basically, I want this entire room to be pitch black, like completely dark, really, very dark, when I'm not in it, alright? So when we're on the outside here, you'll look in there and you'll go, that's a really dark room. But then when you walk in, perhaps you'll go over a pressure plate or something like that, and then everything will fire up. You'll get like chandeliers dropping down from the ceiling, you'll get crazy disco lighting turning on. Might have to put a warning before my videos if that is the case, alright? Because seriously, this is going to be bright. There are going to be lights flashing, things going off all over the place, and hopefully it should end up looking pretty good, okay? I like to think that it's going to end up looking really cool. Might look like something out of Las Vegas, we'll have to wait and see. But I can't wait to get started on it, because it means we're going to be doing some really fun redstone, and that's just what I'm into. It's building talk time, alright? Because I've had a bit of a problem, I've had a bit of a hitch, and I'm a little bit lost right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to the microphone, I'm going to discuss my problems, and then hopefully a solution will come to my brain. Alright, so basically this is the design that I'm going for. Now, I don't know what it is about this block combination here. Maybe it's the fact that it's just really dark, and I can't really see what's going on. But this block combination, it does things to me, alright? It really does. I think it looks awesome. I'm really happy with the way that all of these blocks look together. In fact, I'm going to do some lighting up, alright? Let's see how it looks. You know, I do sort of prefer it in the dark, but still, I really like it, and I think it looks cool. So the block combination is not the issue. The issue is that on this side of the room, of course, we have got the corridor over here, alright? We've got this set of yellow blocks over here, which basically means that we can't actually do that. We can't do what I've done over here on this side without actually taking out some of the corridor and either making the corridor look ugly or this room look ugly. And that's a problem. It really is a bit of a problem. So I'm sort of sat here wondering what I need to do. I guess one thing that I could do is I could extend this wall out by one more block, meaning that you have a 4-block deep tunnel to get into the room before you're actually inside. That would definitely solve the problem, but would it look any good? Oh. You know what? I think it's worth trying. I think that's worth trying. It's going to take a lot of work, because of course I'm going to have to shift all of this across, but I think that is probably our best solution at the minute. So I've been messing around a little bit, done a little bit of work, then I did a little bit more work, then I did a little bit more work, and then suddenly, before I knew it, everything was actually done. So I've actually finished the bedroom area. This is how it is going to end up looking, and as I say, I really like it. I really do like it. If we take a look at it from the end of the corridor, it doesn't really go with the rest of the room. I have to say, despite the fact that we've used similar blocks, having that different block type at the end does look a little bit strange, a tiny bit strange. It's not too bad, but it looks a little bit odd. But of course, we're not going to ever see that, because that room there is going to look really very dark, apart from when we're on the inside. But anyway, if we pop inside, you can see I have got this wood floor here. This is like the dark wood floor, and this is all slabs. All of this is slabs. Everywhere is slabs, so no mobs will be able to spawn on here. All of these are stairs, so no mobs will be able to spawn on here. And then on top of these blocks, this is of course going to be the beds. Now we're going to be having a triple bed, a king size. That is a gigantic bed. Alright, so we're going to be having a seriously big bed here, and that is going to be the centerpiece of the room. And as I say, there's going to be all sorts of lights going off. I'm going to have waterfalls on either side. I mean, we're going to get silly here. It is going to be a little bit silly, but it should end up looking really very good. So what I'm going to do is I'll chuck the beds down, make sure that I can actually sleep in these, because I don't know what the rules are in terms of stairs around the beds. But then we will start work on some of the complicated redstone bits and pieces. Now, I personally am someone who really likes to plan all of their redstone projects. What I thought I'd do is hop into the redstone testing world and show you the block swapper that I'm going to be using. But instead of just showing you the design, I'll quickly build it on camera so that you can build it for yourselves as well. So I'm sort of going to go semi into tutorial mode right here, but this is actually how you build this block swapper. Now this is a wall block swapper, which means that you can swap out any blocks in the walls. We're going to need some redstone here so we can get rid of that comparator, and then basically it's pretty similar to the hidden crafting benches that I've been building recently. We're going to have a sticky piston facing outwards there, and then we're just going to have our block on this side here, and then if we just chuck in the rest of the pistons, then believe it or not, that is actually the entire thing. So that thing that you just saw me build there is the entire redstone creation. If you just hit the button, you can see it swaps it out. If we hit the button again, it swaps it back. So that is our wall block swapper. That is what I'm going to be building around the room in all of the wooden sections between the cobblestone stairs. There's going to be 3 of them, and I'm going to have to hook all of those up using a little redstone circuit. So here goes. I've linked up the first block swapper in theory. I haven't actually given this a test yet, but it should be operational. So let's just walk over the pressure plate, and yes! Check it out! The glowstone has been pushed out. It is now flush with all of these, and that is glorious! Awesome. Okay, so that is done. That proves that that's going to work. I always knew that it was going to work. We always have to test out these things. Then, of course, when I walk back over the pressure plate, then the whole thing closes back up. We get ourselves a dark area. Have to say, the glowstone doesn't light up quite as much space as I was expecting. We're going to have a chandelier in the middle here, but I was expecting this to be a little bit brighter, so we might have to add like a second piece of glowstone that pops up out of the floor maybe. That could be something for the future, but for the minute, of course, I've got to do all the block swappers. I've got to do that one, and then this one here. So I'll quickly build all of those, and hopefully we should have a nice and light room by the end of it. Alright, so the first section has now been done. All of the block swappers are in, and one thing that I just wanted to point out real quick is the room actually looks really cool from back here now. I know originally I said, hey, I don't really like the combination of being able to see that coloured hardened clay and then all of the yellow bits, but now that the room is really dark, it looks good. Gets a thumbs up from me. But anyway, if we walk towards the room here, and if we walk over the pressure plate, you will see that the whole thing lights up, and we get ourselves a pretty bright environment. I mean, it's not too bad, but I always forget how rubbish lights are in Minecraft. They really don't seem to do much in the way of lighting. They sort of dimly lit the area around them. That's around about it. So my dreams of a Las Vegas style build might have been a bit over the top. We might not be able to achieve that, especially because I have just thought of another spanner in the works. You see this area here? This is the designated chandelier area. Okay, that is where I was going to have my chandelier. It was going to look really awesome. It was going to be dangling down. It was going to be looking cool, but I've just had a thought, and that is the fact that the chandelier will be down at this level. That's a low-hanging chandelier, isn't it? I don't think I particularly like that, really. I don't think that will look very good at all. If we have that down there, it will seem too low. It will seem far too low for the room, and it's just not going to look very good. So unfortunately, I think my idea of the chandelier has also just fallen through. We're definitely going to have some form of block swapper up at the top here. Maybe a light that drops down maybe by 1 block. Could that look good? I suppose it could. That would involve using a little double piston extender circuit and things. It's entirely possible. Or, of course, we could just do a standard block swapper and just switch out that block there for a piece of glowstone. That could also look pretty good. We've got plenty of options, but needless to say, I'm a little bit disappointed by this whole crazy lighting system that I was originally working on building. Oh gosh, I just spotted something on my cobblestone stairs. He's there. He's right there. He's next to my storage silo. That is like prime damage position. Whoa, I took him out in midair. That was wicked. I'm getting good at this. I am becoming a professional creeper killer. I'm going to be getting a uniform and everything. What? Nothing was meant to be able to spawn in here. There's a big issue with the design, guys. What just happened? My beds. All of my beds. A creeper has infiltrated this area and has blown it to smithereens. Can creepers spawn on beds? I'm so confused right now. There is no way that that guy should have been able to spawn. Absolutely no way. But he did. And he's caused significant damage. This is a bit of a mess. Creepers, man, what is their problem? I am no longer a professional creeper killer. I'm going to remove my uniform. And I'm just going to go cry in a corner for a bit. Because that means that this whole idea is flawed. Oh, that doesn't make me happy. This is on a completely unrelated note, but I just changed my brightness settings to moody just to see what would happen. And it looks awesome. Seriously, it looks really very cool. Look how mystical everything looks. I mean, look at this place. Wow. It actually looks like something out of Hogwarts. I feel like Harry Potter right now. Seriously, I like this. I might end up actually playing on this setting at some point, but for the sake of this video, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of complaints about it, I'll chuck the brightness back up to bright. Ugh, look how horrible everything looks now, because I think I've got a solution to the little problem that we were having. So basically, I've put some glowstone down here. It's underneath some leaves. It's a couple blocks under, and that has muffled the light coming out of the glowstone, which means that we get light level 8 on this platform here, which means that that is not spawnable, okay? No mobs can spawn in light level 8 apart from slime, which I don't think we're going to be getting on here. So that should, fingers crossed, solve our creeper problem. If it doesn't, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. The top block swapper is now in, and I'm going to be honest, it probably isn't the most compact thing in the world. In fact, I'm fairly certain I've just come up with a way to make this more compact. So yeah, it's definitely not the most compact thing in the world, but it works, it functions as a design. You can see there's some extra stuff out the back there as well. It works on a similar principle. You power it using redstone, but then unpower it with a redstone torch to create a monostable circuit. Then you just have the little block swapping circuit, and that's pretty much done and dusted. So yeah, it's a really simple and easy thing to create, and it looks cool. I really like block swappers. You may have noticed that I've been using them quite often recently. But anyway, if we just head down to the bottom, make our way around here. It's a little bit snaky. My redstone is pretty messy. It's really odd. When I'm working on proper circuits and things, I am very, very compact with my circuitry. I try my best to make things as small as possible. But when I'm working in survival, for some reason, I just let myself go. I'm just like, that can go there. That can go there. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, it all becomes a bit of a mess. But anyway, just walk over the pressure plate. You can see we get the full block swapping circuit. Everything goes dark. And then when we do it again, everything lights back up. Now, one thing that I will say, actually, while it's on my mind, is that I'm quite glad, I'm sort of glad, that creeper decided to destroy all of my beds, because this new lighting thing that I've put in with the leaves actually creates quite a nice lighting effect. It looks pretty good. In fact, I would say probably looks better than it did beforehand. So thank you, Mr. Creeper, but please, please don't do it again. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds up today's episode of Hermitcraft. I apologise that it's a little bit shorter than usual. I've had a couple setbacks, and also, as you guys know, because I keep banging on about it, that it is exam season at the minute, and I'm a little bit busy. However, if you do want some extra Hermitcraft action, as I say, the Monday evening live streams are now uploaded on the second channel. The first Monday evening live stream has been uploaded a couple days ago. I believe it was uploaded on Tuesday. So head down to the description, head over there, check out the live stream, and most importantly, subscribe to the second channel, because it is approaching 50,000 subscribers, and that would really be an awesome milestone to hit. But anyway, hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.